Good morning. Welcome to my channel. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much. If you're new, I hope you enjoy the content. Sorry, the dog's making noise. Hopefully there aren't a lot of distractions today. My name's Christy. I live in South Louisiana with my husband and my two little miniature dachshunds. And this is Sweet Pea Crafts, where I talk about all the crafting things I get up to. So I'm a little late, a week late with the video. I really wanted to get this done last week, but you know, life happens. It's been, winter finally showed up here, which I know it has for a big part of the country, but we had, for us, a significant ice storm and was without power for a few days. And for those of you that are still without power and struggling, I really feel for you. I know it's been rough. Guess it's gonna come for a visit while I'm chatting. Oh my goodness, it's just been, the last couple of weeks has really been a rough couple of weeks. I had a friend, somebody that I went to high school with. We weren't close, but we were friends on Facebook, and she's been sick with COVID. She actually, my husband got it, was diagnosed on January 2nd. Yeah, January 2nd. And really didn't struggle with it. I got tested. I tested negative. We were both sick, but, you know, it wasn't that big of a deal. But this friend of mine got it a couple of days, was diagnosed a couple of days before that. And she's the same age as me. I don't think that she had any underlying health issues. And she was on a ventilator for over 3 weeks. And last week she passed away. And, you know, it's just really hard how some people, you know, just don't get sick at all. And some people, you know, get so ill. It was just really tough, you know. It's hard. I'm 52. When you get to be older, I don't feel 52. When you get to be older and you start having, you know, friends your age pass away, it's, you know, life is short. And wear your masks, people. Wear your masks. You know, you just never know. So enough of that. That's kind of a downer to start the podcast with, isn't it? And then right after the week actually that she passed away, I had the most horrible stomach bug. I don't know if it was food poisoning. Man, I haven't been sick like that in a long time, and it is no fun. Nothing like losing 10 pounds in a couple of days. That was terrible. But I'm feeling much better now. I did not get as much work. Gus, if you're going to sit there, you got to sit. I didn't get as much work done the last couple weeks as I would have liked, but I did make some progress on things. So let's talk about it. And before I get into that, please subscribe and like the video. It helps it to get more views and grow our community, and it helps me out. And you know, if there's anything that you would like to see that you would like me to video, let me know. I really would like to do some vlogs this year, some kind of, I don't get up to too much. We don't get out very much, but there are some things I'd like to vlog, and also be looking for that. It'll come up at some point. And I do have some other things planned for the channel that I'm not going to talk about right now, but some new things to me, and hopefully y'all will enjoy seeing it too. So I will link. I haven't figured out how to link my Instagram page. I think I need to get on my laptop for that. It's just I have a really old laptop, and so I mainly use my phone for everything. It's just more convenient, but haven't figured out how to link my Instagram. If you know how to do that and you want to clue me in on that, it would be much appreciated. But I will put it down below. It's the same name as my channel name. And I do have a Ravelry page. I don't keep up with it too much. I really need to spend some time and put my projects in there and update it. But I'll put that down below too. And I don't think I really have too many shops to talk about this week. I haven't really been buying anything, but if I do any kind of shops or anything like that, I'll link down below too. So I guess I'm looking, if you see me looking over here, I'm looking at my notes, trying to be a little better about being more organized. I have a book here. This is for my YouTube channel that I have all my notes in. And then this year, I have kind of done things like this off and on over the years, but never really kept up with it. This year, I have a little journal that I'm keeping all my whips, and when I finish, I put yarn, little swatches of yarn in there, and if I still have them, I keep the labels off the yarn, and I put that in there, and trying to keep a little better track on what I get done and what I'm working on. Maybe hopefully keep me focused on finishing things and not having too many new starts. So I'll talk about knitting first. I do have a few finishes with knitting. I totally forgot to say that I wanted to do the year of knitting dishcloths. Gosh, you're gonna have to get down, boo-boo. He's sliding around on my leg. That little dog is attached to me big time. Won't let me out of his sight. Let me look up so I can tell you the designer. So a year of dishcloths. The designer is the kitchen sink, and if you look at her blog or go to her Instagram, you can sign up to get the emails. And then I think like the month after the pattern is released, it's up on Ravelry. They're free patterns. Dishcloths are not, you know, I've made some before, but it's not something I make a lot of. But I just thought this would be fun. They're all different patterns and everything is practice. So I have done, I completely forgot about it, or I would have done it in January. But I have done January's and February's. So this is January's washcloth. I think I don't have the pattern in front of me, and I didn't write it down. I think the pattern name was Icicles. So I did this on, I'm just using cotton yarn out of my stash, whatever I have. I did this on paint box, and this is the color 433 washed teal. So I had a lot of fun doing that one. And you know, at the end of the year, I'll have 12 dishcloths, and I enjoy doing it. I mean, I did this one in like a day, so not hard at all. The pattern was fun. And February's is called Amour. This yarn that I used for February's was Drops Muscat, and it is color number 40. They don't have names on their color. I have a ton of this yarn that I had bought. Pardon me, my nose is running. I have a ton of this yarn that I bought for a crochet like granny square blanket, and I started the blanket last year before, and I'm not gonna mention the designer. I just wasn't thrilled with the notes for the designer. I just felt like they weren't I was getting confused on some areas. I wasn't loving it. And I have too many projects, and life is too short to be doing things that you don't love. So I'm going to repurpose this yarn for other things. So this one came out bigger than the other one because the Muscat yarn is a little heavier than the DK. And I mean, I'm not blocking these. They're dishcloths. So This one has hearts all over it. I finished this the other day. So that's February's pattern. And, you know, when the March pattern comes out, I'll do that one. So that was fun, and that'll be a year-long thing. So those are 2 finishes. I finished my February socks. These socks are by Kay Litton, the Crazy Sock Lady. They're called the Shallow. I mentioned before that I started the first sock way back in August and followed the pattern. This is the first one. I followed the pattern exactly, but it's quite a bit longer leg than I normally like. I mean, I live in South Louisiana. There are opportunities to wear longer socks are, you know, we don't get that many opportunities. I'm going to put the other one on a blocker. I have actually worn these since I finished them. So the second sock I did was worried about running out of yarn. I shouldn't have. I think I would have had plenty, but I did do the leg slightly shorter. I mean, nobody ever sees the leg anyway. But the name of the pattern is the Shallow. It's got a slip stitch heel. I cast on 64 stitches. And I followed, like I said, except for making the leg on this one, I didn't do as many pattern repeats, but otherwise I followed the pattern exactly as written. This sock yarn is from, A Chick That Knits, and the colorway is Midsummer Nights. And even though it's not, it kind of reminds me of Mardi Gras. It's got Mardi Gras colors in it. Excuse me. So I finished these were my February socks, and my goal this year is to do at least 1 pair of socks a month. So far so good. Got the February's done, and I even started March's, which I'll show you in a few minutes. I used Magic Loop method. That's so far the only method that I've done on socks. I just started knitting socks last summer. So, and I think I have already mentioned this too, but if you're interested, the Crazy Sock Lady podcast has some very good tutorials on sock knitting. She does Magic Loop, DPNs, 9-inch circulars, and I think she'll have some more tutorials coming out this year on when she does summer sock camp every year, and I participated in that last year, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoy knitting socks, and so that those are my finishes. So moving on, since we're talking about socks, I'll show you my works in progress with knitting. Let me pull a little bit of yarn up. I am doing, these will be my March socks. They are just going to be a vanilla sock. This time I'm doing them on 9-inch circulars. I don't know if I love this. I mean, I literally just finished the ribbing this morning. It's a little fiddly, but not having really any issues with it. It's just taking me longer. I'm much quicker on Magic Loop, because that's what I've been doing, than I am this. But these will just be vanilla socks. I'm not gonna change colors for the heels, toes, or cuffs. This is my side yarn ball, which I kind of had a issue with. This yarn is somewhere. I have the, let me look in my book. Somewhere I have the details on what this yarn is. Let me see. I don't think I haven't put it in here yet. Where's it at? Sorry. Again, not being prepared. The needles I'm using are Chalgoo. I'm sorry. Here we go. This is the yarn. It's from You Knit, I Dye, and the colorway is Greenhouse. It is a 85 percent superwash merino and 15% nylon. It's a really soft yarn. This is the first time that I've knit with anything from this dyer. So I actually, you know, balled this up months ago, and I don't like to cake up yarn too far ahead of time. So I kind of knew that, you know, March, St. Patrick's Day, I knew that I would do these this month. So I'll let you know next time how I'm getting on with the 9-inch circulars and how that works when I get to the to do the heel and all. I haven't read too far ahead in the pattern, but you know, so far it's okay. I know that Kay, when she talks about doing socks, doing a different method for socks, that she likes to give it 2 or 3 socks before she decides if she likes this method or not. So you know, I'll do these on 9-inch and we'll kind of see how I feel about it after that. The second project that is a whip that I'm going to talk about is my Winter Lights shawl. Didn't make as much progress on this as I would have liked. I really want to finish this in March. We'll see if that happens. It's a little bunched up, but I want to show. This is where I was last time, and I have finished the rest of the honeycomb pattern. So I have another section of these bobbles to do, and then I'll be moving on to the chevron. So I'm going to move my stitch marker up while we're visiting, so I know where I am next time, and hopefully next time I show it, I'll have, if I'm not done, I'll at least be close to being done. I'm still loving this project, in love with it. Can't wait for it to be finished so that I can, maybe if I'm lucky, we'll get another cold snap and I'll be able to get one wear out of it before the hot weather gets here. But if not, that's okay. I'll have it for next year. So that's one whip. And let's see, I have my basket down here. The second, well, this is really the third whip that I have for knitting. Haven't knit on this in a couple of weeks. Is my Cozy Blanket by Knitting Expat. I want to get it finished just to get it off the needles, but this is a Christmas gift, so it's really no big rush. I finished the second section of eyelets. I'm going to get it out here in a minute. I finished the second section of eyelets, so I'm on the transition 4, and then we have section 5 and 6, and I believe that's it. So I may make it, this is for my mom, so I want it to be plenty big for her. She doesn't do well with the cold weather. So I may use up some extra yarn and make the border a little bigger. I really want it to be big. But that's how it's looking so far. And although at first I really was not thrilled so much with my color choices, it's growing on me and I like it. So there's where we are. Where's my stitch marker? So that's how I literally worked on this maybe 3 or 4 days. So that's how much I got done since last time I showed it. And I'll move this marker up. Like I said, it'd be nice to get one of these shawls finished in March. So we'll see. Oh man, can't get the stitch marker out. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll pull this out this weekend and start working on it. So that's coming up along. I'm using, these are all Knit Picks yarns, Knit Crate yarns, except this one's a Knit Pick. And I'm using stuff out of my stash. So we'll see how that goes. It's an easy knit, and it's been fun to do. I had thought that I might make one for myself, but there's so many things, you know, that I want to knit. I don't know if I'm really down for doing something twice. You know, I think, hey guys, I'm almost done. I think when I finish that one, sorry about the glare behind me. I'm kind of trying to sit in front of the window. We have a sun today, and I cannot tell you how nice it's been to see the sun. Okay, this is my crochet project, and I did bring my iPad in so I could show you a picture of it. Let me open it up. This is the colorway that I'm doing. It's Congology. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's the Histoire de Naturel project. It was a project with Shapeys. If you're interested, if you look at their website, you can find the information on it. So last time I finished the first section. So we started out with, here's where I was last time. I didn't get a lot done, but I did finish the first section. So we started out with a circle, and now we have a square. And I believe in the next section, we'll be turning it into a hexagon. Of course, it's not blocked or anything. This section, every section has a different, this section was about plants. So these are flowers in the corners here and the flower in the center. And I think, I'm not positive, but I think the next section has bees in it. So there'll be bees in here somewhere. I am loving this Shapeys Stone Washed and River Washed much better than I was like in the Color Crafter. This is a acrylic cotton blend, and I'm really enjoying working on this. It's been a while since I've done any crochet, so I miss it. I have so many blanket projects that I have kitted up. I've really got to get on the ball and get them done. I may or may not have a blanket addiction. But I've enjoyed working on it. I just have to, it's got to be quiet. It's a pretty involved pattern, and I have to have the time to do it. So I know that this will be probably take me the year to finish it, and that's okay. But I will keep you updated on how it goes. So that is it for, come here. Sorry, can't be without Mama. You're so pitiful. You want to say hey to everybody? Gemma's underneath the cover. It's a little bit cold here today for us, and she does not like the cold weather. I don't have, the only new start I have are my March socks, and I have not done, one of the things that I had planned to do before I recorded next was spend some time sewing, and I have not done any sewing. I have a couple of project bags that I need to get cut out, I want to make, and I'm going to sew up that cross stitch pattern that I showed last time into a pillow so I can swap it out for my winter one that's in my living room. Haven't worked on my cross stitch at all. Like I said, I just didn't get as much crafting time this time as I wanted. But I do have, I'm waiting on some yarn to come in. I have a couple of new starts that I'm going to be doing. I really want to learn color work. And so I have two things that I should have to show you, even if they're just tiny starts. I should have those to show you next time that I'm going to be working on. So, and they'll be color work. That's something I've really always wanted to do. So we'll see how I get on with that. I haven't really made any purchases. I did get, in an effort to learn more about color work, I did get a book from Amazon It's got some patterns in it and a lot of good information on choosing colors and how to hold your yarn and that kind of stuff. So I have looked through it, and I'm not, right now, I'm not doing a pattern out of this book, but, you know, I would recommend it if it's something you're interested in. I think it's a good reference book. So no yarn to show this time, but I did get some stitch markers that I thought I'd show. They just, mail has been not great here lately. It's been a little slow. But I got these from Fangirl Fibers, and they're Ryan Gosling ones. So it says, this one says, "Hey girl, I weaved in all your ends." I love it. I couldn't help it. This one says, "Hey girl, I bought you new yarn." "Hey girl, I'll cook dinner so you can knit." Oh my goodness, they're so funny. And then this one has a picture of him. I love them. And they it came with a little heart stitch marker. So if you're in the shop, if you need stitch markers, check her shop out. She's got a lot of fun stuff. She's on Etsy. And that's really all the haul I have. You know, like I said, I need to be working from stash. It's so easy to see all the pretty new yarns and want to get, but I have some stash I need to work through. So I'm gonna try to make this a 2021 a year of working through stash as much as I can. I do have a shout out that I think I forgot to mention last time. Jane with Scraptastic Yarns gave me a shout out on her channel, and I appreciate it so much. I have not been able to watch a lot of YouTube lately, but if you have a channel and you'd like me to check it out, please leave it down below, and I surely will. You know, I'm all about promoting other people and growing this community. So for a long time, if you go back and look at my old YouTube videos, I was in floss tube for a while, which is just stitching, cross stitch and stuff, because that's what I did for a long time. And I actually changed the name of my YouTube channel so it would reflect the fact that I show more than just cross stitch, you know, that I have other crafts on here. So you know, I love getting to see new people, and I would encourage you to start a channel, you know, if you want. It's a fun way to connect. I don't know about all of y'all, but because I live in an area, a small town, and I don't have any friends that knit or crochet or do really any crafty stuff. So I make my connections with people online, and it's, you know, it's a good community, and I really want to help it grow. So like I said, if you have a channel, let me know about it, and I will go and check you out. And if you could, you know, do the same, if we all do the same for each other, we'll all be in good shape. I have not, I'm trying to think. I don't think I wrote down what I watched last time, but I haven't really watched a lot of TV. I did finish watching The Crown, the last season of The Crown, and it was about Princess Diana, and oh my goodness, I just remember when she passed away, how upset I was. You know, she was a princess. What little girl doesn't want to be a princess? I mean, I wasn't a little girl then, but still, it was so sad. So, but I love that show. It's great. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. It's on Netflix. I have been listening. I just finished a book called The Sanatorium. It was a Reese Witherspoon pick, and you know, it was okay. I guess if you asked me to give it some stars, I would give it 4 out of 5. I enjoyed the book, but it seemed like it dragged on a little bit. It was a thriller, a murder mystery set in the Swiss Alps, and I really loved the narrator. The narrator was great, and that can make or break, you know, an audiobook. But the story itself, I felt like it dragged out a little bit. it was still, you know, I'm not sorry that I listened to it. It was still worth listening to. And I have started a new book, which I'll talk about next time. But so far, I'm loving it. I wish, you know, I had five sets of eyes and 5 sets of arms, and I could just do everything that I want to do. I used to be real heavy into reading books, you know, like I read and read and read. That was my thing. But I just don't have time to read like that anymore. So I mainly listen to audiobooks now, which is great. And I think that's it for this time around. Next time, I think hopefully it'll be a little more exciting as far as having some new starts. I have some stuff planned that I'm really itching to start, so I should probably have that going by next time. I hope everyone is staying safe, staying warm. If you don't have electricity, I hope you get it soon. Texas, I know, was hit really hard. I'm originally from Arlington. I grew up in Texas, and I still have family in the Fort Worth, Mesquite, Dallas area, and I've been talking to them, and you know, they've had a rough time of it. We're just not prepared in the South for the kind of weather we've been getting lately. I was fortunate a few years ago to live a little while in West Virginia and Pennsylvania, and I was just amazed. You know, things don't just shut down. We don't have school for 3 days when we get some ice, but we just aren't prepared for that down here. So I feel fortunate that we did get our electricity back on. It was pretty rough. It was about 35 degrees in my house. But we didn't have any burst pipes, and we all made it through it. So if you're struggling with this weather, I hope things get better for you soon. And I hope you all have a blessed day and get lots of crafty time in. Until next time, thank you so much. Bye.